And I started training in the gym with this bodybuilder. So how that came about was he seen me and my commitment, and also he knew the story, and he just needed somebody for leg day, because he had all the guys to turn up on arm day, back day, chest day, the good stuff. Everybody was like, oh, I've got a doctor's appointment. Oh, my dog is sick. Oh, you know, nobody would turn up. So I was like, hey, you know, Flex, you want to...
Eu sou assim, eu sou
He's this kind.
Oh, no, bro.
He's this kid, like
So what ended up happening was I got invited.
Like, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
We said a couple of times here that we see the difference between the gym rat and the athlete.
Yes.
Is when you ask what's your favorite muscle to train, and all athletes like leg day.
Oh,
and gym rat's like
chest
day, biceps.
Well, legs, you know, legs was mine back then.
Segunda, terça, quarta.
The whole week, like the upper body. And
everybody gets excited for every upper body, and leg day comes like, oh,
so the athletes, you always ask the athletes like legs, and gym rats like, oh, chest and biceps and whatever.
So again, leg day was my favorite.
Yeah.
And my legs responded so fast, like so fast. But I was training with this guy who needed the push. This guy also, he trained hard, but he had an unbelievable upper body, but he needed the push in leg day.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy, every leg day, nobody turns up for this guy. And then he gave me the opportunity, and I jumped in. So I just remember at that point in time I was in college. I would go to college, and I would look forward to every day finishing and going to train with Steve. Fast forward, a poster goes up in the wall, and at that point in time also I started really looking, going to shows. But again, no aspirations to be a bodybuilder. I just loved it.
Yeah.
And also I knew certain people that were competing. So I turned up at these events, at the bodybuilding shows, and in Wales it's very popular. You know, even way back then, it actually was very popular, and then it went low, and then it's come back a little bit. And of course the poster goes up, and the gym owner says, hey, you should do this. I'll give you a free gym membership. It's like, oh, fucking free gym membership. Okay, how hard can this be, you know? Actually, he told me about one Mr. Wales, and then the poster went back up for the other one. Because at first I was like, no, but the seed was planted. So I was like, okay, free gym membership. I've paid 6 months now. I could have had it for free. So I threw myself into that show. I bought the Flex magazine, started looking through it. And at that point in time, Gunther Scherkamp posted his off-season diet and his pre-contest diet. And you guys have been gym rats for many decades, but remember back then, nobody would talk about their diets. Nobody would post nobody would put in Flex magazine their diets. It was like a secret.
Yes.
And this was a one-off.
Very, muito importante, né, dieta?
It's the most important part.
Yeah, but it was so secret back then.
But you know why Flex? Maybe because they just like were worried about selling supplements. You know, like this is what it's getting me big. You know, it's not my diet. Probably it's just this protein, this amino powder or something. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm just trying to guess. Yeah, you know.
I'm probably rightly so, but the diet was so secretive.
Yeah. You didn't have access to athletes' diets, right?
And even in the gym, you know, I didn't ask. Goes back to that same thing again. I'd ask, like, maybe I said to him, you know, what are you doing? But back then, believe it or not, my training partner told me back then was go to the fish and chip shop after we train, buy fish and chips, and eat ice cream. So that was my first diet, like off season.
Carbs and protein, right?
Bro, you have no idea. I grew.
Of course.
So did my face. But it was again, the knowledge was not there. But to go back to the timeline and story.
Yeah.
The Lee Priest off season.
Yeah.
Not that impressive, man. I would love to have a Lee Priest off season back then. But yeah. So I ended up saying, okay, I'm going to do this. And I done my own diet. Looked at the Flex magazine, Gunther Scherkamp's diet, he was eating like 8 meals a day. Okay, I'll take all this out, take all the carbs out.
Because I was going to ask you, he's like 300 pounds, right?
Bro.
Like, Gunther was like fucking huge. Right?
He was huge. And he also had in the off season, firehouse, steak. And I was like, what the fuck's a firehouse? We all know what a firehouse is now, right? But at that point in time, I didn't know what the hell it was. But I did understand that these are the weights. But I was like, that guy's so big. And I was on a budget. So I took all the carbohydrates out, reduced the protein. And then I said, okay, I'm all in. So I did my first diet on my own. I'd asked random guys in the gym. And I'm like this, dead. horrible. When shall I eat potato? That's what I asked.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, when did you eat last? 2 days ago. I'll have 2 potatoes tomorrow. When? Anytime. That's what it was. I'd done the Mr. Wales. Ended up in the junior class and the first timers, novice class, big class. And I ended up winning the novice and winning the juniors.